All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Go With The Flow. I have two special guests with me. I love when I do the episodes with two people. Those tend to be a little more fun than the single person one. It's just more to bounce off each other. But before I get to my guests, make sure you like, subscribe, retweet, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Pod, wherever you get your podcasts and social media content. Like and subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. So today I have two very special guests with me. One who is actually episode number 2 of Go With The Flow.
That's a big claim to fame.
It's a big claim to my, so we have Max on my left and Julie on my right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. So Max, good friend from school. So this is, let me even take one step step further back. This is my yearly relationship-focused episode. It's gonna come out the week after Valentine's Day. And so I did this once in college. I loved the episode. It was really fun. And so I'm going to do it once a year and just kind of, focus on relationships, what you guys have done to, make yours thrive so well, what I should learn so I can maybe find a girlfriend one of these days. That's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
But before I get there, we get into that. It's a joke.
No, it's
Max was episode number 2 of the podcast.
Yeah.
Can you describe the setup of that episode?
Yes.
When we recorded way back in January of 2021? Question mark? Yeah.
Yeah, this was Princeton. Things were still kind of remote, I think, and I was living off campus with a friend, and it was a sofa probably the size of that, and Flo just came over with his phone and just phone on the sofa, recorded for like an hour and a half. It was a long one.
It was longer.
Was there video?
No video.
No video.
We weren't there yet.
Yeah. I was
really
not
came
moved
a long
up.
way.
The video came 13 episodes in. I wish I would have started from the beginning, but honestly, the setups that I was recording out were so janky that it's a good thing that people can't see how I was recording.
Yeah. But then I feel like that also helped, like you developed the like questioning part of it without focusing on like the aesthetic part of it.
Agreed.
And then you're like, okay, now I know. I don't know.
No, that's right, because
what
I
I'm
got to
assuming.
hone the podcasting skill part before
Yeah.
I worried about the way it would be presented to the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So I agree. And it's funny because that day I'd actually recorded 2 episodes with you and Nadia. It was your
I was
episode
first.
You were first, and then Nadia's episode. And today, this is actually the second episode I'm recording today. So the parallels, the similarities,
Yeah.
everything is just there. But like I said, this is the relationship episode of Go With The Flow. You get it once a year, so enjoy it while it's here. You two are a wonderful couple. One of my favorite couples. Who wants to tell the people how y'all met?
You can go first. And
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. We met the night we met, I was actually on a date with someone else.
Did I even know this?
Yeah, he did.
And Max actually knows the guy, but like we're not friends with him. Long story short, I was on a date.
Okay.
I know, plot twist. And left the date, like hung out with him. It was like nothing special. And then I had plans to meet up with my friends from Columbia from school, another couple. And they were like, come meet us at this apartment in the East Village. I was like, okay, perfect. Like I can escape this date. Like I wasn't really vibing. Get there. Turns out the apartment was Simon's, who is Max's older brother.
Shout out Simon.
Shout out Simon.
Simon was not even
That
in
apartment.
town. Max just happened to be like hosting people at his brother's apartment because
Wait, which
Why
apartment?
not?
Was this
This
the one
was
on
second.
Bleecker?
No, it was on 2nd and 10th.
Oh, okay. Oh, the one.
You know which
our
one.
intern summer. We were yes.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Yeah.
So then I get there. I'm kind of like not even in the headspace. Like I'm not like surveying the room. I just come from a date and it wasn't like a great date. So I was just kind of like, whatever, I'm seeing my friends. And yeah, then Max had just come from a birthday dinner, which is why we were all meeting at this apartment, Simon's apartment. And yeah, then we started chatting and
She was wearing a really cool jacket that night. I still remember the jacket. It's one that has like sports logos across the whole thing. You might have seen it before.
What was he wearing, Julia?
I think he was wearing like a navy button down.
That's true.
Wow, let's go. I love
I
that. And I actually do
good.
know what jacket you're talking about. I've definitely seen it before.
Yeah.
Is it a bunch
Yeah.
of NBA logos?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
NBA team logos. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
know the one.
I think it's a lucky jacket because I was wearing it the night I met Max. My roommate borrowed it the night she met a guy she's been with for a while. Like if
Can
girls,
I get the jacket?
If
Get
anyone-
Flo the jacket.
I get Flo the
I think it like it does some like stuff on the guys and girls. Like if anyone needs to borrow the jacket, they can borrow the
You
jacket.
think I'm joking? Next first date? No, I'll save it for the right moment. But yeah,
yes.
I will,
Yeah, you
I
need to
will
pick,
borrow the
pick
jacket. Yeah.
wisely. But yeah, then long story short, Max and I, like the main connection is one of my best friends from school is British as well. Max is British. They grew up as family
As
friends
you can
in
tell
London.
from the accent.
Yeah, as you can
Which you
tell.
do. He just tried to say before we started recording that he's lost his accent. You sound British, my friend.
No, he definitely
Okay, in the
has.
comments. No. Continue. Sorry.
No, I always tell Max, I'm like, please just like put it on a little bit for me. Like just amp it up. Anyways, yeah, the mutual friend is one of Max's best family friends from London. She was there that night, and I think I left and asked Max, like, oh, do you want a number?
Yeah,
Wait,
the friend, while she was walking out, the thing was only like 8 to 10 people.
Okay, small,
Intimate,
Okay.
already.
Yeah.
And then I already knew everyone else except Julia, who had come. And then we just were speaking for a while. And then as they're walking out, the mutual friend just came up to me and was like, do you want her number? And I was like, stop, you're being weird. Like, just let it be. And then next morning at like 9 a.m., can I get the number, please?
Who spoke to who first at this first whatever it was?
I don't know. I think it was like pretty casual
Yeah.
intro. I mean, I guess it was probably me.
Yeah, I don't even think like the conversation was like, it wasn't like we were getting to know each other. Like I think when Max had come from this birthday dinner with all these other guys who were there, they went to like some omakase sushi thing.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I think we literally spoke about like where we like to get sushi in the city or like restaurants in the city.
So
It wasn't.
There was no sense of like this is trying to turn into a romantic thing. You were really just chatting with someone who was.
Well, I did think she was very cute.
Oh, you got.
Come on. It's not like I was just talking to some random.
He's just learning about the sushi scene of New York.
That's all I got out of that. No. But yeah, so that was the first time we met. Then I got her number.
Okay, boom, pause right there. Because this is another thing where, you
Yeah.
know, we've all, as guys and girls, we've all been to this spot. You meet the girl, you exchange the numbers.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, wait, how long do I wait to text her? What do I text her? After you received her number, because you
Yeah.
said you texted someone to get the number the next day.
Yeah.
How long did you wait to text her? And do you remember what you said?
I do remember what I
I
said.
remember what he said.
Okay, what'd you
Yeah,
say?
I don't know how long after. It was probably like I gave it like a day, just to
Yeah, but not long.
not too long. And then that night when we were talking about sushi, she had like mentioned how she was thinking of ordering sushi at like 1 a.m. And I was like, if the sushi place is open at 1 a.m., we got bigger problems here. So I remember I messaged her being like something along the lines of this, let me know, obviously we didn't get sushi at 2 a.m., but let me know if you would like to grab sushi one time in the next few weeks. That's good.
Oh, man.
That's
That's good. That's good.
That's good work.
That's good.
Mhm.
And you were receptive.
Yeah.
Did you think initially that it was him asking you out in a romantic way? Or was it just like,
No.
we vibe, let's go hang out again?
Well, we'll get into it, but I did think that was like a date.
Mm.
But then after a few dates, I was like, maybe we're just friends, which we'll get into.
Which, wow, okay.
No, not because of like we didn't
Whoa.
have chemistry.
This is what's going on here.
No.
Max is
Was I that unsmooth?
No.
Max is finding this out with the
Well,
Yeah,
I'll explain. We'll get into it.
Okay.
But no, I knew it was a date. And then, but the issue is you have to explain. Like, you guys were in school in Princeton. I was
We
living
were.
in New York.
This is true.
This was also this was November 2020. Peak, still COVID time. I literally showed up to that night. I met Max with like a mask on. Like it wasn't a conducive environment, I would say.
Side question,
Yeah.
unrelated to you both. When it comes to people asking each other out on a date,
Mhm.
what elements need to be there for it to qualify as a date? The reason I ask this is
that's a
I know it's a random it might not make that much sense, but the reason I ask this being very randomly, and this is a funny story, but I found out that this girl had thought I had taken her on a date because we had gone to play mini golf. For what I just assumed was like a friendly, like, oh, we're friends, we're just gonna go play mini golf.
Well,
And
how did you
my-
guys meet?
We met at work. We actually did it during the workday. Oops, but this was back in the day. This is not currently.
Wait, that I would have probably classified that as a date.
Interesting. Wow. Because when I heard it, she said it for the first time in a group of people, and I was like, wait, we went on a date? And so I was just a little shook. And so interesting. So any one-on-one setting.
I think if it's a friend that you've had a friendly relationship for a while, like I don't know if there's a time frame, but at least a few months, and like hung out and have been in that friendly setting, and then you do that, then I don't think it's a date. But if you've met her like 2 or 3 times,
We were in the same intern group of friends in class, and so we.
Yeah, but
Interesting. Wow.
I would have
No.
classified that as a date.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah.
Interesting. Because in my mind, I was like, we're
Oh,
just
hanging
I was
out.
like, we're just chilling. If I'm taking on a date, like I'm taking on a date. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know. I'm a text her. I was like, damn.
I feel like
did
also mini golf.
I'm sorry. I
stand you up.
didn't mean to, but
They
fun
really
date? Question
confused
mark?
her. I feel like mini golf is also such like a quintessential like date, like I don't know, like in the movies everyone's like he took me to mini golf.
That's true.
Damn.
But if it was like drinks, that would have been even more of a
Oh,
date.
completely.
It was at like 2:00 on a Tuesday. But whatever. Listen. But okay.
Side story.
So you say you get each other's phone numbers, you text her, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
How long until you actually line up that first date?
Probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. It was quick, relatively quick.
Because also we weren't in the city, so it's like, I'm gonna come to the city to have this date. So, like, I wanted her to be like free, you know.
Mhm.
Okay.
And she was a busy girl. So
So first date story.
2 weeks later,
Somebody tell it.
well, I can start with how I chose the place. Like we're Princeton, small town, not that many restaurants. People don't do the whole dating scene. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. My older cousin, who's a few years older, lived in the city. He's from Spain, but he's lived in the city for a while, and he's like a big sushi guy as well. So I text him saying, hey, thinking of taking this girl on a date in the city for sushi. Where's the spot? Like, where should I take her? And he gave me a few, and then one of them in particular that he mentioned was one called Bond Street,
Okay.
which is a very nice restaurant. So I kind of like thought about it for a bit, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just book this place, Bond Street.
Mhm.
Little do I know that it's a very expensive first date place. Like, I mean, for me, it was a well-valued return on initial investment. But
if you would have never seen her again, you would have been like, God damn. So I'm in that spot right now. I spent way too much on a dinner the other day.
Yeah, and
I'm not seeing her again. I'm like,
Mhm.
I could have saved that
gamble.
money. I could put that towards a ski trip I'm going on next week. But okay, I digress.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bond Street.
so Bond Street, I was like, oh, this place. Like, he was like, this place is really good. I was like, sure, like,
Perfect.
I'll go there. She was late. However, there's actually a recent discovery of like, for the first 2 years of our relationship, I told everybody that she was 30 minutes late.
Yeah, you made me look extremely bad.
Were you 30 minutes late?
No, we literally looked at
so
the
then,
Uber
So then, like a few weeks ago,
You looked at Uber receipts?
He was like, let's bring it out. And I was like, okay,
a few months ago,
scrolling
she
to
was like,
2020
I wasn't
Ubers.
30. And I was like, I think you were. And we're like, you know what? Uber receipts. And she
And
was
so
like,
how late were you?
she was like 13 minutes late. But
13
I-
versus 30. That's a big difference, man.
I know. And then I realized
Yeah,
that it was on
asshole.
me because I got there early.
He was so excited.
and because he was so nervous and excited.
Yeah,
it
I
felt
was
like
like-
you were waiting forever for her to show up and
Yeah.
walk through the
Also,
door.
in my defense,
Literally.
it was COVID time. So the restaurant, like the reservation was at 8:30. The restaurant closed at 10.
Yeah, this is when mandatory all New York restaurants close at 10.
And so we sat at probably like 8:45, 8:50. And so we had like 30 minutes with the food, like 20 minutes with the food. And then they were like, you have to leave.
That's hilarious.
No, they were like serving us sushi, and then they're like, "Oh, your dessert's here too," and we're like, "What?" Like we didn't know how.
Yeah, exactly.
But I
Well-
remember before he texted me. It was Thanksgiving. I'm from California. I couldn't go home to California because it didn't make sense to fly with COVID, and I had a family friend staying with me, and we hadn't really committed to the plans. Max texted me being like, are we seeing each other? There may or may not be a reservation tonight for us at this place called Bond Street. And I'm with that family friend who was staying and visiting me. And I was like, oh shit, you gotta go. Like, I was like, this guy means business. Like, he chose Bond Street. Like, I should go to this date.
And okay, so you chose that because of the initial sushi conversation. Another is stepping outside of your own relationship question. When it comes to first dates in general, and this is a better question, do we think coffee chats qualify as a good first date? Not coffee chats.
chat?
You like grabbing, not a coffee chat, like grabbing coffee with someone.
So what do you do for work? I'd love to enter your profession.
Not a coffee chat, but grabbing coffee with someone. Because I've seen people on both sides of
Yeah.
the spectrum. Some people are like, no, that's not a date. I need more. I need Bond Street. Others are like, no, it's enough. So
No,
what are general thoughts?
I think it depends. Like, I think if there's like intention behind it, like if a guy's just like, we should grab coffee and he doesn't like make a plan, doesn't choose the coffee shop, doesn't tell me like an area, it's just kind of like loosely like, then there's no like effort in there. It doesn't have to mean you have to pick a fancy sushi restaurant by any means, but like I think there still needs to be some like effort into it and like intention.
Yeah, I think that. Like, I think a coffee could be a date if it's framed.
Yeah. I just feel like sometimes people, obviously on a first date, I wouldn't say like everyone does, but I think a lot of people find comfort in the like, let's get a drink, because then you get a little looser if you're drinking. It's a new person. I also feel like something about night like gives a different aura to the energy, whereas like seeing someone brand new in broad daylight is completely different.
Like, damn, that's what you look like? Yeah.
No, but like... No, but I think a coffee thing is good as long as there's like a plan. Same for dinner though. Like if I like my friends who get asked out on dates by guys or girls, and it's like they don't even choose a restaurant or don't make a plan. They didn't make a reservation. Like New York's a place where you need a plan. Like, and so if there's no effort behind that, then it's like, did you really want to go out with me?
That's fair. And I guess
And it doesn't need to be fancy.
Yeah, and I think for me, well, I definitely think that coffee does qualify as a date. I think some people are more worried about price tag on the first date.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, as long as the intention is there, as long as the thought is there,
Yeah.
and as long as you enjoy that person's company, I don't think it should matter if it's a fancy dinner or a
Not at all. Like if a guy or someone wanted to take you on like a walk on the West Side Highway,
Even a
like
walk,
I think
yes.
that's great. Like it's just a chance to like talk and see each other.
Exactly.
Also on our like first date, Bond Street, we had already we had spoken in person for like a few hours in like a social setting. So it wasn't like a first blind date that, you know, had just been texting on a dating app or something. So I think it was slightly different.
And we had
I
the
had-
mutual friends.
Yeah, and we
so
had
it was
mutual
kinda,
friends
like,
who gave us more
validated.
I
background.
feel like the mutual
so-
friend definitely helps to validate
Yeah,
some
for sure.
to some extent.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, first date, Bond Street Sushi. Julie shows up 13 minutes late.
13 minutes
13,
late.
not,
I
not 30.
openly say I have been mischaracterizing it for multiple years.
But we only discovered this like probably a month ago.
Oh,
We were
wow. So
dating
I
for a
love
long
that
time.
you were talking about it that recently and you
Yeah,
through the Uber receipts.
Because I was fed up. I was like, I really don't think I'm that way. Like you're telling everyone you're making me look like a bad person.
I mean, you guys are dating, so like,
It's not makeup. It's just.
it's just a funny story. Yeah.
Well, we've.
But I
corrected
knew
the
it wasn't
record.
true.
Yeah.
And now it's official. It's on a podcast.
It's on the podcast.
It's on the podcast.
A podcast, the
We
podcast.
are alive.
So it's officially official. Okay, first date goes. How from both your perspectives, how did you think the first date went? Because that's another, and I'm just gonna keep interjecting. This is as much about my dating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
This
talk.
is like
Yeah.
half therapy session, half how's your dating
You're just
life.
making Flo feel okay. For
Yeah, this is
being
half
single.
me talking about my dating life, and the other half just hearing about you guys's. Because I will say I've been on a solid amount of first dates in New York City. Solid amount. We're not putting a number on it.
Yeah.
And there are certain ones where you're done with it, and you're like, oh, in my mind, I think she had a great time because I'm like, oh, I had a great time. And then it's like, I literally got this one text, which I actually respected. She was like, I actually wasn't feeling it. And I was like, I respect that. But
Yeah.
it was one that
It's the anti-ghosting text.
anti-ghosting. What?
What was that?
What does that mean?
You've never heard of that?
No, ma'am. Please break that down for us.
It's like a thing where if you want to ghost someone, like you're not going to continue it. Instead of actually ghosting them, you text them and say like, I had a great time with you, but I don't think this is going to work between us. And so you're like ghosting them and cutting it off, but you're not actually
not-
ghosting them. So
But then-
it's like
yeah,
a
but then
form of
ghosting
ghost-
the whole-
Ghosting. That's just
Yeah, it's anti-ghost.
that's just being open.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
It's a good approach.
I don't know if I love the anti-ghosting term.
Yeah. I'm not.
Sorry.
It's a thing.
We're anti-
No, it's a thing. Like if you ask a lot of girls, they'll be like, I got the anti-ghosting text.
But then it's not.
No, but it's not ghosting.
But then it's not ghosting.
I don't know. I didn't coin the
but
term.
Then it's just you saying that I don't want to see you anymore, and then it's over. And then
I didn't. Don't come at me. I didn't
that's
call
true.
it that.
That's true. Yeah. We're coming at the term.
Come on, that's my guy.
I think it was like I'm forgetting who started. I think it's from a TikToker podcast person who came up with it.
Gotcha. Well, so I was saying all that to say, basically, I've had many a date where I enjoy, they don't, they enjoy, I don't, or there's just been a lot of different mismatches of how we thought it went. So I'm curious to hear how you both thought the first date went.
Yes. Go ahead.
Me first? Well, okay, so from the whole restaurant closing at 10, we had only really sat for like an hour and 15, and so they obviously kick us out, and then there's no like bar to go to, there's no like something after to go to. So
we can't go get a drink, nothing.
So we went for a walk, and we walked for like 2.5 hours just around.
That's a good sign.
Downtown New York, just because Bond Street is in the Soho area, and so we walked down across, and we didn't have like any place we were walking to. It was just let's walk and talk, and so then it went until it was like, whoa, it's 1 a.m. Like maybe you should go home, and so that was obviously a good sign.
Although I've also had
I want to hear what she has.
And I'll also interject. I've had 2-3 hour long dates that have been one date also.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. My dating life is funky. Sorry.
Yeah, but you're really good at it. I feel like you could talk to a brick wall. Like
Fair. You're right. I can't.
This brick,
I can't.
Brick wall.
Like you didn't need a guest on this podcast today.
And welcome to Go With The Flow. And our
I actually just want to talk.
Our guest today
I just wanted one episode to talk about my relationship.
A little bit. No, same vibe. Like I think I definitely walked away being like, obviously had a great time, but I was like, that's interesting. Like I haven't been able to like talk to a guy for that long. Like I don't know. I think it definitely like sparked something. I was like, that's not normal. But yeah, we just like walked and talked. It wasn't even like we were holding hands. We didn't kiss. Nothing. Just chatting away
for a couple hours. Okay, so you both thought it went well. How soon until you saw each other again? And then after that, how many dates until it became relationship?
Well, no, but so your first question.
Wait, no, and then we'll get back to the part where you thought he was just friends. Because we didn't forget.
Yeah,
that.
no, we'll get
That'll
there.
play. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't forget anything here. I'll go with the flow. Yeah.
It was quick. I think I actually remember. So the mutual friend, obviously, he was texting her. I was texting her, but she's a girl, so she was telling me everything he was saying. So like I remember.
I now know that.
I remember
all guys protect yourselves at all costs. This is a public service announcement.
Literally, yeah. Any text you send, assume that there are way more eyes than you intended to see it. See in the text.
Fortunately, I didn't say anything incriminating, but I was after she was like, "Oh yeah, you said that." I was like, "I forgot I even said that."
Yeah. Speaking of, I actually remember I was looking at text from a while. So the mutual friend's named Sophia. So I was looking at these texts I had sent Sophia, and I sent her a really long voice note after I left Bond Street because she was like, "So how'd you feel?" And I have listened to it since then, and I really enjoyed my night. So
there we go.
Little thing. But anyways, he texted.
We're gonna need more of that. Not a friend.
No, so he texted. So he had texted Sophia being like, "Is it too soon to ask her out again to see her on Friday?" So that was like the next Friday, like really shortly after. She sent me the screenshot being like, "What do you want me to say?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It's not even like discreet.
I was like,
it's not like he wants to see you. Here's the direct message.
No, that's fucked up.
Yeah, come on.
That is crazy.
Yeah, she's like, "What do you want me to say?" She's like, "Is it too soon?"
You might as well have been in a group chat.
Yeah, exactly. At that point. I actually didn't know the screenshot part. I just thought she was like, "Oh, he wants to see you."
No, I remember specifically seeing the screenshot, you being like, "Is it too soon to ask her out on Friday again?" And she's like, "So what do you think?" And I replied, and I was like, "Yeah." I was just like, "Yeah, tell him it's fine to ask me out."
That is hilarious.
I know.
I'm
Poor
in
Max.
disbelief here.
Poor Max.
This is a real shocker.
But I mean,
So-
you could look at it like she was trying to like facilitate to see.
Yeah. No. In
That's
the
not
end, she
positive
did
spin.
help because
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
introduced us. But that was
The screenshot of the text message.
because I didn't. At least if I was also getting the other side screenshots, then it's an equal relationship.
Equal
This middle
playing field,
person
but no-
gives that person. But no, one-way traffic.
one-sided.
My traffic.
Okay, so
Of course,
So yeah, so then we saw each other. I think he texted me, and he came back from Princeton that Friday.
I feel like I remember this period, by the way. Him
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
leaving campus every fucking Saturday or every week.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are you going? New York City? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in New York
What's in
City?
New York?
This is what he was doing in New York City.
don't worry about it.
So yeah, then we went to dinner again on Friday.
Another great restaurant.
Yeah.
Two. You were.
Yeah, we were just going for dinner.
Because dinners are not cheap dates.
Yeah.
No.
Let me just.
Yeah.
Especially in New York, that was because like at Princeton, it's the most you spend is like $20 on a dinner, and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
Here starts, but also that was a time where
Fair.
It was-
Everything
we
was shut
weren't-
down, and so
we weren't even
dinners-
spending any money like that time when
Fair.
we were off
That's what I was
campus.
gonna say. I was like, he could spend a little money on me. Like, it was fine.
It's true.
You are on like a meal plan. It
Yeah,
helped.
I also
You're
thought
fine.
yeah, it's true. I also like thought that's how you had to approach dates in New York.
Ooh,
Like,
let's talk about it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we could get there later, or we could get there now.
yeah,
Talk about it.
yeah. I feel like there is this like strong expectation of if a guy is going to take a girl on a date and if it's not coffee, then guys spending a lot of money.
Too much.
That, I mention it to her all the time. I'm like, thank God I have a girlfriend. Like instead of not all the benefits of course. But I was just like,
He's
He's
I was just
thank
like,
God I'm not Flo.
the single guy lifestyle. I don't know. You could talk to it more of just having.
Lord
to-
knows I can.
I know.
My bank account is
Yeah, exactly.
Lord knows. I
suffering. Hey man. But yes, as the resident single. Wait, Rami, are you single?
There was like a pause.
I had to say before saying the resident single or one of the two single people in the room as the one actively dating, it is expensive. Objectively, it's the guy.
Yeah.
And people always ask, do you pay for dates? I do. I pay for all the first dates. There was one where, oh my God, I don't think I've told the story before on the podcast. But yeah, so 99.9% of the time,
Yeah.
I'm paying for the first date.
Okay.
I go out expecting to pay for the first date.
What if you're on the first date and you're like miserable? the
Oh,
whole
this
time?
is exactly where I'm going with this one
Okay.
story. So I go on this one date. Was this intern summer? I might have been intern summer. Go on a date with this girl.
We were
One-
living together.
Yes. Where's this? Am I not? Whatever. Who cares when it was? So this was a Hinge match. She actually hit me up saying, "Let's go out." I said, "Wow, I'm getting asked out by a girl." I'm always the one asking.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Do you want to go?" I was like, "Sure." She was like, "Do you want to do dinner or drinks?" I say explicitly, drinks. Again, in my mind, we're gonna grab drinks. Show up to the date. She shows up. Blah blah. Chatting. Waiter comes. He was like, "Oh, what do you guys want?" I ordered like a $7 beer. She looks at the menu and she orders a flight, which is like 3 shots and something else, which I don't think she knew what it was when she ordered it, but she pointed at it and I saw the price and I was like,
You're like,
Okay.
oh, shit.
I was like, okay. It comes out and it's literally 3 shots and like another little drink. I'm like, okay. And she was like, oh, do you want one? I was like, no, I ordered my own little beer. Waiter comes back and he's like, what do you want food-wise? I say, oh no, who said it? Oh no, she was like, oh, are we getting any food? And I was like, in my head, I was like, you said dinner or drinks, and I wanted drinks. So in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm not hungry, but I was like, but if you want something, you could get
Go
something.
ahead.
Thinking she's not gonna order. Tell me why she went and ordered like 3 tacos and some other stuff. Bill comes out end of the night. It's like $100-something. I ordered a $7 beer, and at 5 minutes in, I was not enjoying it. Not a great day. Blah blah blah.
You
So
just
my
had to
mind,
watch her eat her tacos.
exactly, and I was like, I always pay for dates, but this one we gotta split this shit. I don't want to pay for your dinner and all that shit.
And you knew you weren't gonna see her again.
Yes, definitely not. And so when the bill comes out, I was like, oh, is it okay if we split it? She was like, oh, I forgot my card. Like, I could Venmo you, blah, blah, blah.
That's a whole.
You're
Long
like the
s-
one time
lo-
I asked.
Long story short, I pay thinking she'll Venmo me. To this day, I'm waiting on that Venmo.
It's still an outstanding
It's
request.
still, I didn't actually request it because I didn't get her Venmo. But to this day, if I see this, because I remember what she looks like, if I see her, I'm running up on her, asking her for my half back because I did not.
This
That-
was so rude of her. Like she realized you didn't order
I think
anything.
she just used me for a meal and drinks.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do that.
So that is my story about the one time I didn't want to pay for the date and I actually ended up paying for it anyway. So I guess I am 100%.
That's
Yeah.
so rude.
Oh no, there was actually one other girl, a very pleasant date, and she insisted we split it, and I was like, cool. But she insisted.
Okay,
So,
fair.
I find it shocking. Like even us, like 3 years later, like like even last night we were at dinner, I was like, "You want to split it?" Like I still put my card out, and it's only very recently, or are there times where I know he's gonna pay and I don't, but like still, like you still offer.
Yeah, girls love the little fake reach.
Yeah.
No, but-
Oh, so I just want to smack that and stop
Okay,
that.
but even if
You're not actually trying to pay. Stop that.
But even if you're pretending, like just make them think that you.
Fair,
like,
which I guess
wanna-
I appreciate the gesture. I guess.
No, I don't think you ever want to like go in and acting like you assume it's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't even know what I asked to get to that story. Was it first? No.
The date, go because we did second restaurant after.
Oh yes,
second
near
date.
the expectation for dates
Guys
and
to-
pay and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Long story short, it's expensive as a guy to be single. So
Unfortunately,
you should be thankful that you're not like me.
Well, it's expensive to be in a relationship. It's just a different.
It's a different.
You're
but
just
it-
like spreading the cost.
amongst
Yeah.
Max,
Amongst
this
only
thing-
two people.
Yeah. Yours at least is all directed at one person that you care very much about.
Yeah,
Which is so
sure.
much like I would be happy to spend it on one person who I cared about.
Yeah.
it's an investment in me.
Yeah, and the yeah.
And
Yeah.
us.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so second date dinner. When did you go on a not drink or on a non-dinner date?
The third date,
And that was?
brunch.
Brunch.
Oh, I
Still
meant
food.
oh,
like
okay.
he means not.
I meant
food.
yeah. When did you go on a non-food date? Or was there
The
just
fourth date, which is we can talk about it, but which is a lot longer after that. We went to a comedy show.
Oh nice.
Yeah. But
Okay.
there was a bit of a.
Yeah, so basically, again, first date was like Thanksgiving week or whatever.
Mhm.
Saw him again the next week. Then I think brunch was that following week. And
no,
it,
2 weeks
on
later. Like in December, I think.
Okay, so like
yeah,
3
but
dates
Thanksgiving's
in
the
like
end of November.
5 weeks.
Yeah. something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, it was very close. Cause then we go on winter break.
Yep.
So our third brunch date was December time. We didn't see each other again and go on that comedy show date until April.
Wait, April?
Yeah.
That took me a second to register.
Yeah. It's
What-
a bit.
What took so long? What happened?
This is not my part of the story.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let it
Here
out,
we go.
Julia.
No,
What
it's
happened?
actually not that bad.
Yeah.
What-
Here we
yeah,
go.
what-
He makes it
happened,
sound like
Julia?
it was worse.
So what happened?
It was COVID.
It was
School-
COVID when you
listen,
met.
listen,
Okay.
listen.
I love how he's come
I'm
to my
getting
side
there.
so fast.
I'm getting
You know,
there.
it's fine. Yeah.
It was COVID, so school was on Zoom.
Okay.
My roommate in school, her parents had a place in Miami. So a lot of us would go to Florida because we were on Zoom school. It was cold in New York. We had no reason to be there. So I was in Miami a lot that semester taking Zoom class. And Max would come to New York and not tell me ahead of time. He'd be on
No.
the train from Princeton being like, I'm going to be in New York this weekend. Can I see you Saturday? And I'm like, I'm in Miami. Like, you didn't tell me.
I would send the text on Friday asking if I can see you on Saturday.
Okay, fine. But like I had already made my plans. Like I wasn't in there was never a point between those December to April 4 months that I was in the city and he was in the city. It wasn't like I was not seeing him when I was there. I just was never in New York when he would come because he would give me no pre-warning.
Which honestly, now I'm back on Julie's side. I need warning.
I needed
need-
a warning and
you
like
need-
No, don't
again
go
it was
that fast.
COVID.
No, that didn't happen every time. It was like, it would be like a
Most
Friday
of the time.
text, like, hey, in the city, would be great to see you. And then he'd be like, oh, I'm in Miami. And then my next text would usually be, when are you next back in the city?
I'm back on your side. Fair enough.
And then it would be, and then you were in the air. And so
Yeah.
then it was
Well, because we could be spontaneous back then. We didn't have any
spontaneity.
we didn't have to be here for school. But I also thought that when he would come to New York, he has his grandma lives here, his brother lives here, he has friends in New York. He wasn't very clear that like I now know that he was coming to New York each time to see me.
Aww.
But I didn't know that. So I just thought like, oh, he happens to be in New York and is asking if we could grab a bite. Like I didn't think it was with full intention to come to New York to see me. And again, we also have to go back. So on those 3 dates, and this is where my whole like I thought we were maybe friends comes in. So we had gone on these dates, gone on long walks. The second date, again, went on a really long walk. It was pouring rain, but we literally had nothing else to do because we couldn't go to a bar. We weren't going to go to a club. I wasn't going to invite him back to my apartment yet. So we literally just walked in the rain because we had nothing else to do. Third date, go to brunch. That's that. We had never kissed. We weren't even holding hands. I think the third date was my problem or like my fault because I had a mask on. And he went to drop me off at an appointment. Like we got brunch, walked, he dropped me off at my appointment. And apparently when he said goodbye, I just kept my mask on.
I think it was the mask wasn't on while we were walking. And then while you're getting to the appointment, as we're about to say goodbye, mask comes on. I'm like, oh, that's a sign. Oh, I'm out. Congrats, Max. I'm not going to then remove it.
Yeah, put the
Yeah.
So we hadn't kissed and
Exactly. So we didn't see each other for a while. So I was like, okay, like obviously get along really well with this guy, but like there was nothing like physically romantic. So I was like, maybe we get along, we really vibe, maybe we're just friends. That's where my just friends came into play.
Yeah, okay, I see it. We also were
Which is very
texting a lot
valid.
during that period, like January to April.
Yeah, we were still keeping in contact, and it was just that like our places never aligned.
Okay, and so then when did it get to the point where there is this clear romantic interest?
Well, you started to get really fed up at one point.
Yeah. Well, there was always romantic interest. I think.
Well, no, the romantic, but like the
in person.
yeah, the like wait, twist it down by pointing towards you. Yeah, not the romantic interest because there was always that. I guess the clear reciprocated to each other.
Yeah.
Romantic interest.
Well, okay, so then 4 months. I'm texting her a lot. Every time I come to the city, she's not there. So then I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna just keep chasing this, you know. We each have to have our own boundaries. And so I was also like starting to get like ego about it. I was like, no one makes me wait 4 months. What? This has never happened. I was like, me. And so then I actually still remember one of my closest friends from London, this girl called Amber. Shout out Amber.
Shout out Amber.
She now lives in Singapore.
Damn, what's she doing there?
Teacher.
Oh, nice.
I remember she always was Team Julia. Just from like conversations that I spoke to her about it. But then during that period, like I was going to New York and I wasn't seeing Julia, and there was this one point where I was almost like, you know what, I might just like hands up, like I'm not gonna just keep.
You ready to quit?
Huh?
You were about to quit? You said
4
you were about to
months.
say I give up?
This was actually the week that like Amber was like, no, just go one more time, just try next week, one more time, and I was like, fine, this is the last time. But if she stands me up or isn't in the city or something, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then we went to the Comedy Store and then comedy show.
Oh,
Comedy
It was like one of those in a bar that they like move around places, and the comedians were terrible.
Yeah,
like I've actually not. That was up there. I mean, I
it was
feel
like a
bad,
comedians come out of like quarantine sort of situation. They were like breakout night, and they were rusty.
They were rusty. But I also feel like I have a lot of respect for them, comedians in general,
Yeah,
because
for
going
sure.
up there and
I should take you to Underground. Have you been to Underground Overground Comedy?
which one?
Underground Overground.
Where's that one?
Oh, I must take you. So it's not in one location. It's these guys. They organize a show and they host it in random locations all over the city.
I love
So
that.
they've done a show now 2 years in a row at Katz's Deli. They do barbershops.
I've
they do.
seen
they've
that.
Oh,
done, like,
you had him on your
Economy Candy.
pod. I
Had him
saw it on the pod.
I saw him last night. That's what me and Nadia went to. So I'll take you guys to that. You'll
Oh,
like
that's
that.
Oh, okay.
But okay. So look at that.
So,
Power of the perseverance. You
Perseverance.
fought through it.
4 months. Go to the comedy show. She's like,
say it with that
show. And then
Was this
We
the
went
first
back.
kiss?
Yeah, it was
to her
another
apartment.
first kid.
4 months. That's a long time.
I know, poor
Yeah.
kid.
That's so he cared.
Yeah,
4
exactly.
months, you kept him waiting.
I wait 4 months too.
But
Yeah.
fair, but he didn't know that you wanted to have this kiss for 4 months.
Yeah.
I'm on his side. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
And then, okay, first kiss, fourth date. When does the relationship become official?
Probably like 2 months after that.
No. Oh yeah, maybe.
No. Yeah. The fastest no. And then no, wait. Like that was like April, and then we saw each other a few times April, and then May we went to the DR together. That was the DR summer.
Yeah, so we were in the DR, and he was out here fucking FaceTiming or texting you. I was like, who is this girl? Because we hadn't met you yet. Did we even know? I don't know.
I feel like you knew.
Oh,
You
we
just-
probably knew of the girl that you were seeing, but I was like, this Julia girl that I've never met. We're out here on a boys trip. He's out here calling her like, what's going on?
What's going on? He's ruining the trip.
Yeah, what's going on? Okay.
We should also mention on the pod the Uber story of Flo in the DR.
Which wait, did you come on before that? Was your first time on the podcast before that?
Maybe.
Oh, it had to.
It had to.
Yes.
That was 21.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess random side story while we're on the topic.
For the Valentines.
While we're in the DR.
Yeah, just for the memes. Oh, good trip. Fun trip. So we are in the DR. Okay. For context, I remember how this happened. It was the senior send-off game for club soccer. I had like slid to make a tackle or something, and I like fucked up my knee. And so my knee was really injured. It was like a really big scab. I couldn't really bend my knee. This is the pre-context.
Yeah.
So it was half healed, but it wasn't all the way healed. Fast forward, we are in the DR. We go out this one night, it was this bar or restaurant called Ono's, O-N-O, phenomenal bar.
Phenomenal.
Had a great time. And so we call an Uber to go back to our Airbnb. And so, we're walk in. Remember, my knee, it's messed up. I can't really move it with full functionality. I got to move slowly. So the Uber comes and I open the door. And in my mind, I took ages to open the door. And I was so self-conscious. I was like, okay, let me close the door really quickly. Allegedly, according to this driver, I slammed the door. Allegedly.
I was like, where are we going with
According to
this?
him, I slammed the door. And so I slammed the door. The driver, he says something, but he's speaking Spanish. So in my mind, I was like, yeah. I wasn't really trying to register what he was saying. All of a sudden, I noticed that like you and him are kind of like going back and forth. Again, I'm a little drunk. I just had a great dinner. We're in the DR.
Yeah.
The vibes are immaculate. I'm like, how could it possibly go downhill from there?
Until it does.
Next thing I know, Max is like, oh, he wants you to get out of the car. I'm like, who me? Who, me? What? And he's like, oh, he thinks you slammed the door. And then I made a little comment saying like, oh, he's not going to give me a good rating. And the driver thought I had like insulted him.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, jumps out of the car, rips the door open, and he's like, get out of the car. I didn't know what was happening. And so then obviously I get out of the car. Max is doing it. He's trying to, because Max speaks Spanish fluently, so he's trying to like go back and forth with the
It was
guy.
so fun. The guy was like, he's like, your friend slammed the door. I was like, no, his leg hurts. He's like, no. He slammed the door. And then he was like, get out my car. And I was like, who? Us, me, him, who? He's like, no, this guy, only him. I was like, what do you mean only him? I'm not gonna take this Uber by myself.
Oh, God.
Anyway, okay, sidetrack.
Yeah,
Fun
a little
story.
sidetrack. And then we got pulled over later, but that's okay.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Fun times in the DR. Now back to your relationship. Okay. You officially started dating in
Like June, right after that trip, actually.
right after that trip. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it took a while.
And was it an official, like, do you need to ask that question, will you be my girlfriend?
I actually have
don't
a
think
thing
you
with this.
have to.
I think in America you do, but in England, there's like those steps of like you are seeing someone, then you're exclusive, which I never understood the difference between like exclusivity. Like if you're being exclusive with someone, you are in a relationship. In my opinion.
Disagree.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think so. No, because there could be no. There could be, that is, I think, the final, like, call it testing period for each other, where it's like, okay, we're not seeing anybody else, but we haven't committed that this is
Yeah, you're
something.
giving it a go.
It's a little trial period before you might want to return it.
You have
might
a
wanna keep
free
it.
1 week trial.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you could be exclusive without actually being in a relationship.
Okay, well, I didn't know that before coming. So then there was that. But I did actually formally ask her, like the question.
Oh. Where? How?
Here we go. This is your time to tell the story. This part of the story. Our story has a lot of turns.
Yeah. I mean, I was just really like naive and scared of commitment. So he asked me.
Did you say no?
I didn't say no. I said, "Can I think about it?"
Wow.
Yep.
After how many months? Wow.
I know.
No, it wasn't that I didn't want to be with
Team
him.
Max here. Come on.
Yeah, what the
I know,
fuck?
I know. I
What
suck,
was the
I suck.
hesitation? Look at this.
It
stud
wasn't.
over here.
No, it wasn't that I didn't want to be with him. It was that I was so scared of commitment. Not to him, just in my whole life. Like, and it wasn't that I wanted to jaunt over and see other people. It was just that I like was scared of the idea, and I knew we had something special. So I was like, "Oh shit, this is like starting a whole new chapter." That was scary.
And then how long did it take you to circle back?
Like the next day.
Then like 2 days after, actually in our
2 business days?
in our apartment, 2 business days.
In our apartment? Oh,
in
our
intern.
intern. Oh, where do we live? 2nd and 5th. Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. We went to dinner and then I asked her. I was like, okay, like
He's like, "You gotta just give me an answer."
yeah.
And I was like,
if it's yes, it's yes. If it's no, then
What are we doing?
yeah.
Wow.
"So yeah."
So now,
Wow.
so that was June 21.
Look at the
But so when people ask us how long we've been together, it's like officially it's probably 2.5 years, but
Unofficially,
it's
like
more
over 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Wow. How do I get like y'all?
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Wow. And then our first time meeting, we met you for the first time. I met you for the first time. Oh, it was me, Hama, you. Who else was there?
Matt, maybe.
It was Matt.
Oh
Matt
yeah, when you
Adler.
came to my room.
Yeah, when we came to the
Wait,
roof.
that night was
That was
the
my-
night I asked the first one where she said I have to think about it.
Yeah, that night.
Yeah. Oh, I now remember you were there. Yeah.
How dare you? No. But yeah, no. I remember meeting you for the first time, but it was in like a party type setting, so like
Yeah,
I didn't really
it's
get a
chill.
good sense of like no, I couldn't sense out the vibes. But I was like, if Max likes her, I love her. Oh,
that's the
this,
guy.
this is where everybody says, oh,
Oh.
awesome. And now you guys bloom in relationship. 2.5 years officially, 3 years unofficially.
Over 3 years.
Over 3 years unofficially. Valentine's Day. Is it still something you guys celebrate really big every year, or is it just kind of like another day? Because I know some couples just don't care about it. Where do y'all lay on that topic?
What would you say?
I think we celebrate it. I think it was probably bigger like the first one. And then it's also harder because her birthday is in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like close to that time period. So I don't want to go like 2 big Valentines and then the birthday is not as big and or like coincide them too much. But I do think we like take it seriously and have like gifts and everything. Like go
No,
for
I mean,
dinner.
now it's a little tricky because Max has like a ridiculous work schedule.
Yeah, he
So
does.
I already like know that like if I'm gonna see him Wednesday night, it's probably gonna be for like 45 minutes.
That's the hardest man to track down in America.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention
Literally.
that. We live a 5-minute walk from each other. We work in the same building. I don't see this man ever. When we were trying to grab brunch 2 weeks ago, who did I text? Not Max. I texted Julie.
true.
I said, Julie, please make sure Max goes to brunch.
We live together and we don't see each other.
Yeah, it's hard out here. Which honestly leads to my next question is, how hard is it dating in New York City, one, but then also two, with the demands of everybody's schedules and lives?
I feel like dating in New York City isn't hard. I feel like New York is I always think it's like a very dating city. Like it's a great city to be young and single, but I think there's so many activities that you want someone else to go to with, whether it's like just strolling around like the West Village or going to a museum or going to a wine bar or something. So in that sense, it's like easy and it's just made for like a pair. But when you're like young and chasing like your career, it's tricky, especially with someone like Max and you who like work really demanding jobs timeline wise.
Yeah. I agree with the kind of New York being, people always just think of it as like the city for like a single life. It's incredible. But actually for couples, like it's probably one of the best food scenes in the world. And so you can continuously find new restaurants. Like we're always going to new restaurants. There's always new things that you might want to go to. And then you have to like organize a friend to go. But it's just nice to do it with someone consistently. And then you have memories all over the city.
Yeah, it's like built in.
So New York's, I think, a great. Yeah.
Here I am.
Yeah. No, bro, I was like, oh.
No, I think it's like
I'm like, look what I'm missing out.
no, I think it's like you don't realize until you're in a relationship. It's like you're like in New York single and you're like, wow, there's so much to do. You know, I can invite a friend here, invite a different friend here. And then once you get in a relationship, you're like, oh damn, now I don't even have to stress about who I'm gonna try and rally to come to this with me.
Which is, I mean, so I do like doing things by myself. I literally went to my first Broadway show last week, MJ the Musical, great show. Went by myself.
Really?
So nice.
Good for you.
Oh, he sounded so shocked. Yeah, is that okay? Yeah, no, yes. I think, honestly, I think it's a post-pandemic thing.
Okay.
One, kind of like you said, sometimes just like scheduling.
Yeah.
One, scheduling. Two, pricing. Certain things you want to do, people want to pay certain things, others don't want to pay. I'm like, I know I'm going to want to pay it. I know my schedule will work for me. And that it's just easier sometimes to do things by yourself. But yeah, would it have been nice to go with the little, with the little girl? Yeah.
Little girl.
But I loved it. It was a great show and it was fun. But I do see what you're saying, where you do know you always have that one person to do whatever.
Yeah, it just like eliminates that like hassle of finding someone.
Yeah. Because you text all the homies, they're like, no, blah, 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 I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But like, it is what it is.
Yeah. I was going to say one thing back to your Valentine's question.
Oh, yes.
Bring it back. Because I need to give Max props here and all other guys can be inspired. I know Valentine's is like a big, like obviously like flowers, chocolate type of holiday. Max gets me flowers every Friday.
Every Friday?
Every Friday.
You setting the bar too high, my friend.
So he sets the bar really high. So it's like Valentine's comes around and it's like, he'll get me flowers. So I'm like, are you going to get me like 4 bouquets this time? Like, what are you going to do to like up yourself? Even, this is impressive, when I've gone home to California and Max hasn't come with me, he'll deliver flowers and not only deliver them, but he'll get a second bouquet delivered to my mom.
You got to set the bar high.
This man right here. I can't have any girls listen to this. I am not going to send you flowers every day.
I actually had this conversation with people.
Every Friday?
Every Friday. And if...
What?
Yeah, and when
Friday, yes, Friday,
Saturday. He used to be really consistent Friday,
like
but
depends. Like a
So you got Superman over here. What the? Wow.
No, I
okay.
actually told
So
people recently in the office because there's a guy sitting across from me who was asking me. I'll keep his name under wraps here, but he was just asking me about like what Valentine's Day do I do, and I was like, oh, so like, you know, cards, flowers, other stuff. I was like, I was like, how often do you get your girlfriend flowers? Like the most finance answer, once every quarter. And I was like, all right, you're gonna have to switch that up, buddy. I was like, that's not what we're doing. Once a quarter. I was like, no, I was like, I get them every week. And he was like, what? Like, and I was like, if you actually think about it, it's not that difficult. Like for most, like you can.
I feel like you walk by every bodega in New York and
they sell flowers at bodega.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
If you told me to go out and buy a girl flowers right now, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, bodegas.
You can even go to like Trader Joe's. You can find flowers.
Whole Foods, like
everywhere.
loads. So it's like pretty, and it's just like a nice way. And so then he got inspired, and then has got his girlfriend. Like he came to the office one of the days and was like, oh, I left her this really nice personalized card, flowers, and she just texted me, she loved it. And I was like, we go.
You are raising the bar too high, my friend, for the rest of us men, okay? Flowers no, I'm kidding. But that is beautiful, actually. That's what's up. Obviously, it is because you have someone you care about enough to want to do that. So, you know.
It's also, like I did this honestly before work, but then also during work, it's like I'm barely home currently, my current state, and so some appreciation for her.
Yeah, like he'll get him to live. Like I'll come home like Friday and they'll be by the door if he's not gonna be home.
But now my thing, I'm thinking like, what?
You got Instacart do that?
I was thinking like, what if you just forget one day? She's gonna be like, does he not love me?
Oh, that's like.
I mean, that's what
no, he does kind of screw himself
because that is such a like. That is consistency.
There are times where like I know he's really busy and I'll be like out and I'll be like, I'm gonna buy myself flowers by the way. And he'll be like, okay, and he'll like send me money.
Fair. So then
okay, fair. That's what okay, it works out. That's wow. That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
So that's my one tip for Valentine's Day. Right?
Well, that's a year. You're saying not
Valentine's Day.
Just being
just year-round love.
And what is, I guess, since we're on the topic of romantic gestures, that answers a question of he gives you flowers. What is your romantic gesture of choice, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
What is that romantic gesture?
Romantic gesture? What does that mean?
You give her flowers.
Oh.
What's the equivalent? Not equivalent, and then like she has to do something every week, but like I don't know.
What do I do?
I don't know.
Now I'm really looking back.
By the way, Team Max is growing over here. I just want to put it out there.
No. And I just want to put out there that I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, and there's
No, I
nothing
know.
wrong with you not having something. I was just curious in case if you did. That's all. That's all. Her
love.
presence, man.
Her love.
Exactly. Her love and her presence.
Her
that
presence.
that should be more than.
I mean, there's a lot of things I've done to like elevate Max.
It's true. My fashion sense.
There you go.
Start.
Yeah, I shop for him. I'm a gift giver. Like I shop for him a lot.
There you go. That's
Often on his credit card, but it's like I do it myself.
Yeah, that's a huge. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of guys would honestly.
That's my
Not
romantic.
you. 'cause
I'm a
you're
big
very
gift
ahead of
giver.
your times on the fashion
ahead of
department.
your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
But I feel like a lot of guys would. That's also a huge benefit of having a girlfriend is like, I don't shop for myself really anymore, and I have I have very cool clothes, not because of myself, but because she picks it and then I pay for it. But I'm like, that's a great deal.
It's
I even have now
For
like,
both
his
of us, because then
friends.
she's like, oh, like my boyfriend looks cooler. And then
It's a win-win.
yeah, it elevates.
a win-win.
It elevates the both of you.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
I even have like my other girlfriends being like, "Can you shop for my boyfriends?"
that. You
His
should
brother is
start a
always being like,
business.
"Julie, can you get me stuff too?" Like,
You know, it's funny. You do have great stuff because you remember when did we go shopping? You picked out that sweater for me
yeah, when we went thrifting.
when we went thrifting. That was a great find. I wouldn't have found it. It's now a great staple in my wardrobe. Yeah, just shout out.
Oh, it
out
is?
Julie and her.
Oh, I know which one the vet.
I literally posted an Instagram picture with it last week or a couple. Yeah,
There you
and
go.
I wore it in Miami. Shout out Julia.
See?
Great style. Okay,
Yeah.
now
I need to work on my romantic gestures.
Not see. That wasn't even to say it needs work on. It was just if there is something.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
I'd love to like cook more for him, like when he gets home. But like I started a new job that like is way more demanding than I thought it was gonna be. So once I like have more time, it'd be nice to cook more.
Yeah, we all be working too damn much.
Yeah.
Too much anyway. Okay, now Remy, how long have we been going for?
Oh, an hour.
Hour? On the dot? I always ask right on the
Yo,
floor.
he asked the last show at 59 minutes.
59. I'm like, I feel
He knows.
that.
He
Yeah, he
feels
has
it.
like
He
a
feels
sense.
it.
I feel the hour.
This
Okay,
goes quick.
now let's get to some rapid. It goes by quick.
Really
Doesn't feel
quick.
like we've been talking for an hour, but we've been talking for an hour.
Not at all.
Okay, now we're gonna do some rapid fire questions where I'm gonna ask a question and you're going to answer
For the other person.
For the other person.
All right.
Favorite type of food?
Sushi.
Sushi.
Wait.
Wait, you?
Wait,
What's
wait.
the requirement?
I'm answering for him.
Wait. Yeah, so Julia's answering for you,
Okay.
and then you
I'm gonna say
Answer
yes or
for
no.
say
me.
yes or no, and then you answer for her.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sushi.
Sushi is right for me.
Okay.
And sushi is also for her.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that works
That was
out
easy.
well.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Can we do a sushi dinner soon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh well,
of course.
we found some spots.
Okay, because I want to do omakase.
Let's 100%
That
go.
then I want to do that then.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to get into sushi.
You can come
more.
too.
Should become more sophisticated in all aspects of my life.
That's fair.
I'm golfing now, guys.
Yeah.
I'm doing all these.
It's a new band.
I'm doing all these different things. I'm trying to.
He's trying to move
I'm
up.
trying to elevate myself as a single man. Okay. Biggest pet peeve.
Oh, I know. It's chewing loudly.
Mine.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
hate when
your
people chew
biggest pet
loudly.
peeve.
Yeah.
He gets irked.
What's her biggest? I feel like you have a few pet peeves. Hold on. There's a few that I'm thinking of, but I mean, she's a big like hygiene person, so I feel like a big pet peeve of hers if people don't like wash their face, brush their teeth. But I don't even know. I feel like that's there's what else is there? I feel like that one's a big one, like hygiene stuff. What else is?
What's your official answer?
What's your official pet
I
peeve?
hate when I like go to like a restaurant
Oh,
and I walk out smelling
smelling
like the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Ooh.
if my clothes smell like where I just want, like I want to just take them off, and throw them away.
Fair. That means
I-
you must never go to like Korean barbecue type spots because he always.
Yeah, or like I actually went this week with a friend and immediately walked in the door, like took everything off. I was like naked walking through the house. I was like, nothing enters.
Actually, I didn't know that. That's my. I knew that. Especially hair.
Celebrity crush.
He loves Margot Robbie.
Yeah. and there's another one. There's another one. There's another one.
Margot Robbie and
Let's see if she.
Oh, can I guess? Why the fuck
Yeah,
I
you
know?
guess.
I'm gonna wait.
I already gave
wait,
one.
no, wait, no, no. You guess first, but
I don't-
if you don't say the one,
can
I'm
you go the
thinking.
first letter?
B.
Oh, I was gonna say Dua Lipa. No, never mind.
B.
B.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a thing for Beyonce.
The way she just said, yes,
You know what's so funny? Because that was the first name that came to mind, but I was like, it can't be Beyonce.
What?
He loves a little Beyonce. I'm sorry, I look nothing like Beyonce and I look nothing like Margot Robbie. So.
You look a lot like Margot Robbie.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Hey, come on, man, come on,
God.
Don't play with
come
me.
on, man.
Okay.
Okay, Julie's
Okay.
celebrity crush.
There's a few.
Tell him. Or just give one.
Huh?
You can give one.
I think your main celebrity crush. I don't know his name.
What?
Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, he's hot.
I was about to say the
Okay,
movie.
but there's
Did you
one
watch that
other
movie, by the
Saltburn,
way?
I have zero intention.
Oh
of watching
my
that. Should I've heard?
Forgive
Why
one,
would I?
there's one
Why would I
other
watch
one.
that? When people lead with, "Oh, there's a bathtub scene where blah blah blah," and there's a grave. Like what? No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
We watched it.
Yeah, we did watch it. It wasn't as bad as you thought. Okay, is there anyone else you were gonna
Jacob
say?
Elordi. I feel like there's like a few guys who are like up there. You find that movie recently with Sydney Sweeney. No, he's not probably up there.
Mm-mm.
Colin Powell. Is that his name?
Oh, the guy who was in the
Top Gun.
Top. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Can I tell
Reynolds?
you? Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say Reynolds
Ryan
first.
Reynolds,
Ryan
okay.
Reynolds.
Okay.
it's like dad hot.
Okay. Did he hit all?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I approve.
Dream vacation destination.
He really wants to go to Japan.
To where?
Japan.
Oh, I thought you said Trenton.
Guys, my whole life I've been dreaming of Trenton.
Which no
He's
disrespect
just a
to
little British boy in America.
Yeah, exactly.
Wants
It's
to
like
journey to
someone once
Trenton.
tells me something about Trenton, and it's just like, please, forever. I've dreamed about
Again,
this.
hey, no
This place
disrespect to
called
Trenton.
Yeah, no disrespect to
I'm
Trenton.
a proud Jersey boy. Loves
Garden
Jersey,
State.
but
I was like, I could
I was
fulfill
like,
that
damn,
dream
Max, you're a
really
well-traveled man.
quickly.
Trenton is right down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
I should take him there for Valentines.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait, so
Free him.
sorry, Japan?
He really wants to go to Japan.
Japan? Oh,
Yeah, that is a place I really want to go to.
nice.
I feel like you also really want to go to Japan.
Yeah, I do.
Is that her answer too?
I think so. Yeah, she's a big Japan.
Mhm.
I feel like
So
that's
this is why we work as a couple.
Yeah,
We're aligning on so
You
many
want to eat
answers.
the same foods. You want to go to the same places where you can eat that same
food.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, where's my girl who wants to eat sushi and go to Japan? Man, it's just,
She's out there.
hey man.
He got flow in his field.
He's like thinking about that salmon. And he's like, oh damn.
If you're listening,
Yeah.
I'm here. Favorite
What's your dream vacation spot?
dream vacation spot? Ooh,
Ooh, wait, let me guess. And then
wait, let me actually think about it first. I don't. Oh, actually, yeah, okay. I'm thinking of two.
I'm gonna say
Not even. Yeah, actually, you know.
I'm gonna say one that's like water beach vibes.
Okay.
I wanna say maybe like Greek Islands.
Why'd you say it like that?
I was trying to see if I could get anything
You're
out
like,
of him
"The
before
Greek Islands?"
giving the answer.
No.
No.
No. I want to go to Morocco.
Oh, that's a
That's-
good
That's
one.
what I was gonna guess.
That's you were gonna guess Morocco. I
Yes.
should have let you guess. Morocco,
Yeah.
yeah, and then South Africa because I was supposed to go there, but I haven't.
Oh, South Africa would be really cool.
So those are two. Honestly, those are two of the next spots I want to go in the next few years. So that's the dream right now. But then there's obviously so many other places
Yeah,
down the line one day when I'm making a little more.
Morocco's
bread.
cool. I actually really want to go to Morocco as well.
To Morocco.
My grandma's from Morocco.
Let's go. Let's go to Morocco. Favorite clothing brand.
Mm,
Okay, wait. I'll go first. Let me guess yours, and
okay.
then you guess mine. Disclaimer: she does work at Louis, so does it have to be in the
No,
official? Okay, so it's not in the.
I don't know. I don't really have one like in mind, but I like a lot.
You do. Some of it, I guess, is it like ones that you wear a lot, or is it ones that you
Aspire.
aspire to wear a lot? Aspire. Okay. I feel like, which one's up there? Prada? No, didn't get a response.
Yeah. She's like, okay.
It's like I wouldn't mind.
Fendi?
Nah.
I'm really missing here.
Yeah.
I was going to guess your
know.
actual clothing, but then you were like Aspire, and I was like,
Okay, you can do my
Aspire.
actual. I feel like his is more exciting or interesting.
Wait, so what's your answer? What is your answer?
I don't know.
You know,
I
she-
kind of pick and choose from so many
Fair
different.
enough.
Yeah,
places.
that's why I was like, it's hard
Okay.
to pick
But
them.
Max, I know his favorite is definitely like Emilion Dor, ALD. I might have even said that wrong. Sandro.
Yeah, Sandro.
What's
Shout out
Sandro?
Sandro?
It's like a
Oh,
French
French
brand.
I don't know Sandro.
Oh, you got it.
All
It's
right,
not,
shout
this
out-
is Sandro.
Shout out Sandro.
Oh, he loves John Elliott.
And Ludo. Can't go wrong with
Yeah.
Ludo.
Okay, last one before we get to. Actually, no, that was the last one. 2 more very quick segments. 5 songs that describe who you are as a person. Ask my guests to come up with a list, say the song, and say why. Well, let's go 1 and 1, so alternate.
Okay, I'm getting my phone for this.
Okay. I think my first one is Location by Dave.
Great song.
Also, just largely because of that music video. Like, the music video is just such a, it seems
It's a
like
vibe.
it's the best vibe.
Yeah.
So that, and just like British rapper. And I love that song, just like the vibes of it are immaculate.
That's my ideal vacation song.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Brown Eyed Girl
Great
by
song.
Van Morrison.
Great song.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like I grew up, my dad used to always sing that song to me, and so I always kind of like that's the first one that always comes to mind. Obviously, I have brown eyes, but I also feel like the energy of the song and
Nice. All right. My second one. What do I think? My Way, Frank Sinatra. Just because.
Just,
I do it my way.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You did it your way. I like it.
Yeah, there we go.
I like
All right, that's
that.
number 2.
I was gonna say Paris by the Chainsmokers.
I don't think I know it.
Which one's that one?
Like
Can
I
you give
feel
us
like
a little song singing?
no, I'm not gonna sing it. You guys can look it up.
I really wanted to see if that worked.
It's just I don't know. I feel like I love like being spontaneous and traveling, and it kind of gives that aura.
Okay.
Max.
All right. I'm gonna go back to some British. I was thinking of a Beatles song. Oh, Let It Be. Another just self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory, yeah. Let it be.
Yeah, right?
Let Max be.
Yeah, let Max be.
Empire State of Mind. Because I feel like since I moved to New York like 7-8 years ago, it's just kind of like now how I think of myself.
That's a new.
That's a good one.
I like
yeah.
it.
Oh, I have a JC song. Public service announcement. Every time I just get so hyped when I hear that song. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Because I feel like it's all about like chasing your dreams, lots of challenges. I feel like that's like the really part of my life I'm in.
And final song for Max.
What's final song?
Maybe you should have written down like Julia did.
Yeah, I should have. That should have been strategy
Mhm.
here. I feel like I'll go for another old one. Just cause Dire Straits, the band. They have a song called Brothers in Arms. It's a great song. It's like 8 minutes long, has like a 2-minute guitar solo. Electric song. And Brothers
8
in Arms.
minutes
Like
long. That's
Huh?
It's a long song.
It's
Yeah.
like Freebird. It's very long, great guitar solo.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Final song for
My
Julia.
last one is I was gonna say Malibu by Miley Cyrus. Because I feel like it's like a lot about like finding happiness in the present and like being where you are right now, which is another thing I'm working on.
Love
Wait, I'm actually interested what yours are.
Yeah.
So funny. Well, I haven't thought about it, but I've also I don't know when I'll do it, but I've been doing this for like 40 episodes, and I've never
You've never
I've
skipped
never actually
one?
done it or put thought into it. So I can, and maybe we'll do it one day, but I don't know it because
You
I
don't
need
know.
to
How about one? All right,
think about
one.
it. Nope, 0.
Come on, just give us a
Nope,
sneak peek
nope,
into the
zero.
5. I want to put him
Pressure
down
him.
so that he says one, and so then in the next time when he has to do his 5, he has to include it.
Nope, I'm
Don't
not saying it.
pressure
Okay,
him.
and then the final segment that I've been doing for the last couple episodes, I have my guests manifest their lives 10 years into the future
Like,
to the most minute detail possible, inspired by this great article that I read. And so just let me hear it. Ideally, 10 years from now, what are you doing? How many vacations a year? How many dogs? How many this? How many that? Go.
Oh
go
wow,
first.
you're gonna you
no,
have to
no,
go
no,
first.
no, you do.
Okay, I'll go first here. Okay, we'll be together.
Aww.
You have that like clapping in the back. Okay, so wait, how old will we be? Like 34? Okay, so we'll probably have, could have like 2 kids by then. 1 to 2 kids. We'll have 2 dogs, just because you gotta have, like, one can't be all by himself,
Okay.
2 dogs. I don't know where living situation is gonna be, to be honest. That's still, I don't even know. It could be New York, but like I don't really see it being New York. I don't know. What else? Work. Working at a fund, doing something interesting. I don't know. Like I really can't. I don't know. I feel like this question comes up a lot and it's hard.
It is a
feel
hard
like
question.
if with Julia, then I'll be okay.
Oh, take us away.
Come on, smooth.
Take us away, Julia. Anything to add to that?
I'd say either living in New York or London.
Or London.
I mean, ideally, I would love to live in California, but Max doesn't want to go that far. Like, go back to where I'm from.
It's also
Nice.
California. No hate to California, but
I'll probably have my own business. Lots of traveling. Hopefully be fortunate enough to be able to do that as much as we want to. Near both of our families. Even if not living in New York, hopefully a place in New York.
oh wow, so we're
He said, he's like, dream big.
Hey, you know what? If we're manifesting,
Max like, I gotta work hard.
got a place, London, New York,
Yeah.
travel all the time.
Yeah. He said manifest.
And the 2
it.
dogs, yeah, that's expensive.
2 dogs, yeah.
I'm manifesting.
All right, I appreciate
that.
it.
Yeah, with Flo. Like dinners with Flo.
Dinners with
on the
Flo, for
calendar.
sure. Love it.
Dinners with Flo, omakase.
Love it.
Yeah, oh my god.
By that point, I will have, hopefully a significant other.
Yeah, hopefully Flo won't be third wheeling us.
Yeah, can't be a third wheel at that point. But this was as great of an episode as I knew it would be. I loved hearing about you guys because I didn't hear your relationship journey.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I don't think I've heard it in that much detail. Learned a lot, inspired, lonely. No, I'm kidding. But do you guys have any final words for the people?
Final words. Well, I honestly would say, coming from the second episode, I'm very, proud of you. This is an awesome thing, and just like the whole setup is very, very cool. And I think you're obviously going places with it,
Appreciate
and so
that.
very inspiring to see.
Thank you.
Agreed. Like I said, this episode's going to be the one that gets him some sponsored content.
Maybe
yeah.
Louis V will sponsor. No.
You never know.
But this is great. My yearly relationship-focused episode. You guys are not getting this type of content for another year, so enjoy it while it's here. This has been another episode of Go With The Flow. Thank you for listening.